Although there has been a great scientific debate for decades over global warming, most scientists now agree that human activity is causing the Earth's temperature to rise. Though predictions vary, many global warming experts believe that average global temperature will rise between 3 to 8 degrees Fahrenheit during the next century. Such an increase would cause an alarming rise in the sea levels, displacing millions of people by destroying major population centers along the world's coastlines. Which of the following is an assumption in support of the argument's conclusion? Here, the first and foremost thing, what is the conclusion? What is the conclusion of this argument?
So the last line, increase in sea levels would destroy the population centers.
Anything else? Anybody else? Anything else? An increase would cause an alarming rise in the sea levels, displacing millions of people by destroying major population centers along the world's coastline. Fine. What is the debate all about? Yes, this is the conclusion. Or rather, this is the opinion of the author. What is it saying? It is saying that with rising temperature will cause the sea level to rise up. This will lead to, say, this is the coast and this is the sea. The sea will start getting inside. With the rising sea level, all the coastal area will get inundated because the sea will come this side. This is because of the rising global temperature. So the global temperatures will rise between 3 to 8 degrees Fahrenheit in the next century, with such an increase, alarming rise in the sea level, displacing millions of people and destroying major population centers across the world's coastline. So that means that all the people who are living here will be displaced. The people will be displaced. So, and obviously the property, etc., will be damaged. So it is a prediction that all the cities which are in the coastlines, there are many across the world, and there are great commerce centers, they will have to be displaced. But which of the following is an assumption in support of the argument? Conclusion that, what is the assumption? For concluding that when the sea levels rise up, this coast will be inundated. What is the assumption? Facts given, fact 1, fact 2, towards the conclusion. Think about it this way. Fact is given that the temperature is going up, global temperature. Fact 2, sea level is going to go up. It leads to a conclusion that coastline will be inundated, or the sea will move towards the coast, population will be displaced, and loss of property, etc., etc. So that's how it is, argument is structured. But this depends on what? Which assumption?
I think it could
Obviously,
be A.
assumption is not stated in this argument. So what is the assumption on which this conclusion depends? Yes, tell me. Somebody is saying something.
Yeah, I was saying it could be A.
A, okay. Anybody else? Anything else?
So B.
B. Yes, anything? Anybody?
Sir, assumptions can also be futuristic sentences, right? Because like we don't really pick up sentences where there is a prediction, but in assumption, can we do that? Because there are two sentences which speak of things that can happen in future, in next century, and individuals
No,
will
no, no. See,
become.
what is the assumption? A, I make an argument that this is a conclusion, this is going to happen. Then I pick up facts
Mm,
with an assumption that this is going to happen. Okay. So here there are facts.
so
Two
sentences
facts are
like
there. Temperature is going to go up. Sea level is going to go up. So the conclusion is obviously the coastlines are going to be displaced because sea is going to come towards the coast. So major population centers across the coast are going to be inundated by or going to be flooded.
so basically we can pick up sentences where we have futuristic ideas like next century will not divert or individuals will not become.
Uh-huh.
Such sentences can be picked up, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Anything else? Okay, let's look at option A. New technological developments in the next century will not divert rising seas from the world's coastal cities. So this is dependent on argument. This argument depends that there is no technological development that will happen in the next century because it's saying that this is going to be happening in the next century. In the next century, that will not divert rising sea waters from the world's coastal areas. Fine. Yes or no? Think about this way that there is, say, 50 years, 100 years down the line, something happens like the water level rises up. There's a technology where there's a wall for all coastal area. There's a technology in place. Whenever I see the water level going up, there is a wall put in place. The sea, these people in the coastal areas are having no problem. They are safe and sound. May the sea level go up. It doesn't really matter. We can put another wall or something like that. Or maybe there is a technology in place where you can, the moment there is a rise in the sea level, you can evaporate the water or do something like that. So the sea level goes up. There is a machine or some technique through which you can get it evaporated, and maybe there will be rains, and then you can drain it back to the sea. We are presuming that that can happen. But this argument that this rise in the sea level will flood the coasts is assuming there is no development, no new technological development in the next century that will divert the seawater. So you can read it. The new technological development in the next century will not divert rising sea levels, seas from the world's coastal cities. So let us negate this option. Now, once we have chosen this option, let's do it like this. New technological development in the next century will divert the rising sea levels. So if this is the argument, this is the assumption, this is the assumption, this conclusion is weakened, right? So answer is A.